Aloha. In this video, I will discuss my journey, how I went from a green card holder to soon to be a member of the military. So for me, my journey started a long time ago. I have always wanted to join any kind of military, whether in my country or NATO or anywhere else. But of course, there were a bunch of roadblocks, and for whatever reason, I couldn't join any branches anywhere I went. Of course, when I came to America, I looked at ROTC, the Reserve Officer Training Corps. And for me, anytime I saw them, I begged and pleaded, please let me in. I want to be part of ROTC. And they do let you take some simple classes, but the schedule wasn't really there. And they told me, hey, if there's no perspective, no window for you to have a green card, we're just not going to invest any time in you. So unless you already have started the process for a green card, we don't really want you. Like, we can't kick you out legally for legal reasons, whatever they might be. But like, just so you know, so with me, I have to like turn back my tail and just wait around. And I waited for long enough for me to get my green card. And as soon as I had my little green card, I went to a local recruiter as fast as I could. As fast, I just ran in there and said, I have it, here it is in my hands. And he said, no. He said, you have a green card, but it's a conditional green card. So we can't help you. It's conditional. You have to clear the condition first, and that's going to be a problem. And even after I cleared the condition of what it happened to be, then I had like my little security card, and he said no. Your security card, social security card, talks about how we have to have this authorization from the Department of Homeland Security or some other entity, and you just have to apply for a new green for a new security card that doesn't say not authorized without this agency that can vouch for you. So I have to wait for a long time because I was moving around, and it just took me forever to get this card. So then I actually tried to join the military, whatever branch it was, overseas. So at the time I happened to be in Poland, and guess what? They said we will only do active duty. There's no other components, nothing else you can do, and here's your list of jobs you qualify for. And the jobs they had, sucky at best. And when I say sucky, no bueno. That's the only way I could describe them. And I figured, this active duty is not really going to work out long term, because I have some other plans. I would like to do more education, more schooling, get my master's, maybe PhD, who knows. And, at the time I had a family. It really wasn't what I was looking for. I looked at it like, I begged and pleaded, but then there's this kind of illness going around, and they said we cannot do any kind of overseas recruiting. Sorry, because it's just too risky, and it was just too crazy. It was just too crazy, and the timing wasn't there. And I think there was a reason why it didn't happen, but I'll keep those thoughts to myself. Needless to say, eventually I came to Stateside, and once I was stateside, I was able to have my MEPS experience, the Military Entrance Processing Station. And you go there, they give you the ASVAB, the Aptitude Battery Test, where they figure out how smart you are. And for me, I aced it. I maxed it out. It was great. And then they give you your physical, whatever other exams they have to make sure how fit you are. And again, for me, perfect health, Captain America, you can do anything. They were very happy because I'm a little bit older. I'm almost 30, and they said, you're in great shape. And I said, I know. I exercise, I eat right, or at least I try to. Needless to say, I went to my recruiter, and he said, okay, now that you have everything ready, we're ready for you. So here's a list of 5 to 6 jobs out of those 200 careers that you're eligible for. And needless to say, it was tough. But I knew I just have to pick one job. Any job will do, preferably with like a very short tech school that I could do, because you have to go for the boot camp, then you go for the academic training, or whatever happened to be specialty training, whatever they say. You go to school, like a junior college, for either a long time or a short time. It's kind of depending what you want to do. And of course, they try to incentivize, at least in my case, the long-term tech schools with some money. And for me, I'm not really in it for the money. And like I said, I'm pretty happy with my civilian life so far. So I said no. I said no to long tech school. I chose with the very, very short career because I knew that for me and for most other people, um, getting whatever job for the military is just a stepping stone, right? Like everybody knows, I can do a lot more with my skills and what I'm capable of than the list of jobs they gave me. So I recommend that you figure out a way how to enlist and get your citizenship, get your clearance, get all of those good things, get a job that will give you some perspectives, that people know that you work hard and you're good and you can't get into trouble too much, and you're in a good happy environment. And just wait. After you get your citizenship, and after a year, you could possibly apply for a commissioning as an officer, or you could kind of branch out into active duty if you happen to join, like me, a reserve component. Or there'll be just more options for you. I mean, once you kind of figure out what the network is, there will be some other things you can do. You can apply for certification, whatever you want to do. But you just have to bite the bullet and know that the first little while will be sucky. Will be sucky at best. And boot camp, I haven't been to boot camp yet, but I know it's like summer camp, but not summer camp, and it's gonna be hard. And then your tech school, they do treat you pretty rough around the edges when you go to your training, whatever happens to be after your boot camp. It's not gonna be a fun experience because you have like a very strict schedule on how you wear and what you do. I know that it's sometimes they can take your phones away or your rights and privileges just because somebody else does something not smart. So this is where I am so far in my process. I have saw a recruiter and I'm ready to take the oath, and I'll let you know what happens as soon as I know what happens.